You think flying is about speed, about control. But up there, it's about trust in your team, in your instincts, and in the fire that keeps you alive when the sky turns against you. I've buried too many friends chasing perfection, but this time, I'm not chasing ghosts, I'm chasing redemption. Because the only thing stronger than fear is the will to rise again.
I wasn't built for comfort. I was forged for the fight. Every scar on this body is a reminder that pain is just another kind of fuel. They call me reckless. Maybe they're right. But when the mission calls for impossible, I'm the man they send. Up there, it's not about who's the best. It's about who's willing to burn brightest before they fall.
War has no heroes, only survivors. I've seen men break under the weight of their own glory, chasing the sound of thunder until it swallowed them whole. But this time, we fly for something bigger. Not for medals, not for orders, but for the ones waiting back home.
Top Gun, Final Flight, The Legends Return. Several years after the events of Top Gun, Pete Maverick Mitchell is now working as a strategic test pilot and aerial advisor for a next-generation fighter program, the Dark Star II, a hypersonic semi-autonomous jet. The Navy calls him back to Top Gun for one final mission briefing involving rising global tensions in the South Pacific. New era, new pilots. At the Naval Air Station North Island, Maverick meets the new batch of elite aviators. Among them, Lieutenant Jake Rooster Bradshaw, now a decorated pilot and instructor. Lieutenant Naomi Nova Park, a rising ace skilled in drone command systems. Lieutenant Felix Hawk Ramirez, a reckless pilot reminding everyone of young Maverick. Lieutenant Grace Tempest Williams, the squad's strategic genius and Rooster's rival. The Phantom War, an unidentified paramilitary force led by a rogue nation, has begun seizing control of Pacific defense satellites. Intelligence suspects a stealth airbase hidden deep within a volcanic island chain. The U.S. must conduct a covert strike before those weapons go online. Maverick's dilemma. Maverick is offered command of the mission, but he feels torn. His flying days are almost overdue to physical strain and Navy politics. Rooster insists Maverick trust the next generation, but Mav's instincts tell him the mission will require human guts, not drones. Training begins. Training at Top Gun begins under Rooster's command, with Maverick advising from the sidelines. The simulation pits pilots against AI-controlled fighter drones, which outmaneuver every human. Confidence plummets. Maverick tells them, "You can't outthink a machine, but you can outfly one." Personal lives. Maverick is still seeing Penny Benjamin, though she urges him to retire and settle down. Meanwhile, Rooster struggles with Goose's legacy, now being compared to his mentor, Maverick. Nova and Tempest develop a respectful rivalry, showing the new spirit of Top Gun. Goes to the sky. Maverick visits Iceman's memorial, leaving his wings at the site. He receives a message from Iceman's son, Tom Frost Kazansky Jr., now a rear admiral. Frost warns him, the Navy's future is automation. This might be your last flight. The drone challenge. The Navy's AI combat drone, Vulture 1, challenges the human pilots to a mock dogfight. The humans lose, humiliatingly. Maverick steps in, borrows a test F-18, and beats the AI through pure instinct and improvisation, proving humans still have an edge. Mission briefing. Satellite images confirm the enemy base, a massive underground hangar built into a volcano, protected by radar towers and SAM sites. The mission: destroy the control center before the enemy deploys nuclear drones. Time is limited. They'll fly low through volcanic terrain. Impossible for drones to navigate without GPS. The last team assembled. Rooster, Nova, Tempest, and Hawk are selected for the mission. Maverick trains them in blind navigation, trusting intuition and spatial awareness, not just radar. Maverick feels the itch to fly again, despite his orders to remain ground command. A sabotage start. During a pre-launch test, a cyber attack disables the Navy's communication systems. Command believes the mission is compromised, but Maverick insists they go dark and proceed manually. Rooster reluctantly agrees. It's now an unsanctioned mission. Into the fire. The 4 jets launch from a carrier under cover of night. The stealth operation begins perfectly until Tempest Jet is hit by a heat-seeking missile, forcing her to eject. Nova takes command of the right flank, but the enemy radar locks on. Maverick takes off, hearing radio silence and seeing chaos. Maverick disobeys orders once again. He launches in the prototype Darkstar 2, a hypersonic stealth craft. He breaks Mach 10 again, piercing through the stratosphere and dropping into the combat zone to protect his team. The dogfight of the decade. A furious air battle ensues over the volcanic island. The enemy's 5th-generation fighters and unmanned drones swarm the area. Maverick and Rooster coordinate maneuvers unseen since the first film. "You fly the sky, I'll fly the edge," Mav tells Rooster. They perform synchronized barrel dives to outmaneuver drones. Nova's sacrifice. Nova's jet is hit protecting Rooster. She ejects into the ocean, but keeps the drone jammer active, giving the rest a chance to continue. Rooster's rage fuels his precision. He's no longer flying in Mav's shadow, but as his equal. Into the volcano. Maverick and Rooster dive directly into the volcanic crater where the control base lies. Maverick uses the Darkstar's laser guidance to target the command center, while Rooster drops the payload manually. They barely escape as the island erupts behind them, a literal hellfire explosion. No way home. Their jets damaged and fuel low. They attempt to return to the carrier. Hawks F-18 crashes on a remote beach. Maverick orders Rooster to leave him and complete the mission, but Rooster refuses, echoing Maverick's own past defiance. Rescue in the sky. A Navy rescue chopper and carrier jets arrive, guided by Tempest, who survived and commandeered an enemy jet to provide cover fire. Maverick's Darkstar disintegrates mid-air as he ejects, crashing into the ocean, mirroring his opening flight scene. The aftermath. The mission is declared success. The rogue base is destroyed. Peace is restored. Maverick is rescued, barely alive, and officially retires from combat flight. He hands Rooster his father's old dog tags, completing the emotional circle that began decades ago. Final flight. In the epilogue, Maverick and Penny fly a restored P-51 Mustang over the coast. Rooster salutes from the air in formation with a new Top Gun class. Maverick smiles as the camera pans to the sunset, his wings finally at rest. It's not the plane, it's the pilot.